Welcome to the class on counters. We will learn the topic on 3-bit asynchronous down counter. In 3-bit asynchronous down counter, the counter counts down from 2 to the power n minus 1 to 0. Then it is called as binary down counter. Here in this figure you can see 3 JK flip-flop named as A, B and C. The input to J and K is to logic 1. So as you know, in JK flip-flop, if both the inputs are high, the output toggles from the previous state. For example, if the previous state of Q is high, then the output becomes low through this flip-flop. Likewise, each output of each flip-flop, the negative part of Q, that is Q bar, is given to the clock input of the next flip-flop, and similarly the flip-flop of P output is given as a clock input of flip-flop C. So the output of each flip-flop is triggered by the clock input from the previous flip-flop. So the transition will make from 0 0 0, then it transits to 1 1 1, then 1 1 0 and so on until it reaches 0 0 0. And then once again this cycle continues. So now we will see the timing diagram for this particular counter. Now you can see the clock. As you know, you have numbered each clock pulse as 1, 2 and so on. So from our figure, we are seeing the output is changed when the clock is negatively triggered. So from this, you can see the flip-flop output of the first flip-flop A. Here you can see when the clock is triggered from high to low, the output changes its state. You can see now, initially it was 0, it changes its state to high. Next, in the next clock pulse, negative triggered clock pulse, see here, that is, it's going from high to low. What happens? The output of Q, it was high, it has changed its direction, it becomes low. Next, when it is going high, see it goes from low to high when a negative transition occurs in the third cycle. Next, in the fourth clock cycle, from high to low. Fifth clock pulse cycle, low to high and so on. Next, the second flip-flop, it depends upon the clock input of the negative state of output Q. So the same thing occurs. Here you can see when the output, the clock input, that is for QB, for QB, QA will act as a clock input for flip-flop B. So the output for flip-flop B will be changing its state from low to high when the clock input to flip-flop B is low to high. So whenever there is a transition from low to high, the output changes its direction. So next, here you can see the flip-flop changes its state. The same thing, the clock input. See the clock input goes from low to high. I have told you, no, whenever there is a transition from low to high, the output of Q changes its state. Then comes this, see this clock pulse. When it goes from low to high here, isn't it? Goes from low to high. See the state changes here. It is changing, isn't it? Next, here it goes low to high. The state changes. Similarly here, it goes from low to high. The state changes. Next flip-flop we'll see QC. The same thing holds good. It changes the state from low to high. The output changes. Initially, the output of Q, A, B and C was 0. So now it becomes high. Next clock pulse, when it goes from 0 to low to high here, so it changes its state. QC, output changes its state. Next here, low to high, the output changes its state. So finally, and you see the clock pulse 1, the first clock pulse 1, you see the output of A, B, C. It is 0, 0, 0. Next clock pulse 2, it is 1, 1, 1. Clock pulse 3, it is 1, 1, 0. So its decimal part, if you see, conversion when you see, it's starting initially 0, then 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, and it. So from this timing diagram, once again we'll see the flip-flop A always responds to the negative clock edge of the clock pulse. See, when it goes down, it responds, it goes high. Once again, when it goes low, the negative edge, clock edge, it changes its state, and so on. Whereas the clock B toggles when the previous flip-flop, that is the preceding flip-flop, output change from low to high. So here B changes its state when the preceding flip-flop changes its state. Similarly, C changes its state when the preceding flip-flop changes its state from low to high. For this flip-flop, see this. From low to high, when it changes state, it changes its pulsar state, that is from high to low. Here, in this flip-flop C, output changes when the preceding flip-flop changes from low to high. So we get this output like this. So for this particular timing diagram, the truth table is given like this: 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then 0. Once again, this process repeats like this diagram, state diagram, shown as in the state diagram. So if the initial counter content is 0, 0, 0, at the first negative transition of the clock, the counter content becomes 1, 1, 1. At the second negative transition, the content becomes 1, 1, 0. At the third negative transition of the clock, the content changes to 1, 0, 1, and so on. Thus, in the down counter, the counter content is decremented by 1 for every negative transition in the clock. The major application of down counters lies in situation where a desired number of input pulses that has occurred is to be found. In these situations, the down counter is preset to the desired number and then allowed to count down as the pulses are applied. When the counter reaches the 0 state, it is detected by a logic gate whose output at that time indicates that the preset number of pulses are applied. Thank you, students.